Happy June, everybody. Wow. Again, I'm recording this a little later than I intended, but I just got back from a 10-day vacation for my sweetie's 50th birthday. Yeah, it felt really good to wait to record it to today, actually, June 4th. And maybe that's because there's a lot happening astrologically that is pretty good right now, especially on today, June 4th. Um, as I've said before, um, I'm not an astrologer, but I know enough to be dangerous. I took an intro class recently, a course. And so I just want to touch back on May. May was all about relationships. And we had the Lover's card. Again, I used the Syrian Starseed Tarot deck. And in January this year, I picked a card for every month of the year. And we had the Lovers in May. And the guidance that was really coming through, though, was it wasn't just partnerships, though that was also to be looked at, but just relationships in general and relationships with yourself and relationships with others. And we know that's a big piece of self-love is our relationship with other people, whether it's those on the planet or with our something bigger, unseen divine team. So I know for myself and a lot of the clients that I work with, May was a little bit of a challenging month and some deeper realizations, deeper truths, really having to be honest with ourselves. Is this working? Is this not working in terms of relationships? And both personally and professionally. Um, so a lot of people realized that they needed to shift their career and their jobs as well. And not that we had to act on everything in May, but just that awareness, right? Just that deeper awareness. So many of us are still acting upon those deeper truths and that clarity and that guidance that we received. So June feels, and again, I've looked into the astrology as well. June feels really good. It feels really positive, maybe a little bit more easy, hopefully. Um, so a few key dates in June that you might want to be aware of. We have a new moon that is coming on June 6th. And this new moon in Gemini has a lot to do with abundance and what I also call love in all forms. And it's really a feeling of flourishing and receiving and shining your light. Gemini has a lot to do with communication. And so it's really about speaking and expressing your truth. And because of that, receiving more of what your soul desires, right? So that's June 6th. June 21st is the full moon. And that full moon is actually going to be in Cancer. And in between that, or very close to that, we have the summer solstice on June 20th. And the summer solstice, I just want to talk a little bit about that. The summer solstice is going to, the meanings, I just want to get into the deeper spiritual meanings. The summer solstice is really about celebrating light, the light of the sun, the light within, right? Your soul, your spirit, your divine essence, your specific light here on the planet. And, it's really also about looking inward, which we've been doing a lot this year. I mean, always the past couple of years, but in a bigger way this year. And really getting in touch with that shadow or dark and shining the light on that and loving those parts of ourselves that we have typically rejected. And so this is, I'm going to say, bearing the fruits of that, right? Because we know that these quote unquote darker shadow parts of us, not only do they need our love and for us to shine our light and our love on them, but then when we are able to share it in whatever way we're called to with the planet, with your divine community, that it actually brings it into what I'm going to call alchemy, right? Transforming our pain into our power, or our dark into our light. That's all part of this. And that's a big theme in June. That's a big theme in June. It also is new beginnings. And again, when we are able to heal those deeper layers, those deeper unresolved traumas and wounds, which is, the shadow aspects, that we do have new beginnings then. And I know a lot of people that I'm working with who've been doing this work so deeply with me for years are having so many new, I'm going to say, opportunities, doors opening. And that is what happens when you do this deeper work, this alchemy work that I'm going to talk a little bit more about in a few minutes. It's a time of deeper healing, and it really is a turning point. It's our halfway through the year. So we also want to look back on, okay, we set these goals, resolutions, soul desires in January. And those of you who have done the Expand program with me, we're going to be joining again for the summer solstice to do that, to celebrate the past 6 months and everything that we have walked through so far. And also to get more clarity on, okay, if certain things haven't happened, why? Divine timing, but is also like our own fears and limiting beliefs holding us back. And so we're going to be shining some light and love on that as well, and getting some clarity, and maybe even realizing, some of these things that I thought were soul desires were actually ego still, and wanting them from a place of needing to prove ourselves, to prove our worth, wanting things because other people said we should want them, the collective, our family. And again, getting clarity on that and moving forward the next 6 months, and what we want to create and do and receive, and all of that. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So I'm so excited for that. Again, we're going to be joining on June 19th for that. The solstice is on the 20th, but we're going to be joining the day before. And if you're not part of Expand, I will be giving you some opportunities to join us for that as well. So the card that was chosen for June back in January 2024 is, and again, I'm always amazed, and yet I'm not, the Solar Deity card. The Solar Deity card. And like most people that do tarot or these types of cards, they were all hidden to me. And I would just say a card for January, a card for February, and they would all go back into the deck, right? So we might have gotten the same card twice, but I don't believe that happened. So the Solar Deity card, let me just read a little bit about that. The sun, of course, as we know, is super powerful and has its own uh, being, entity, essence, and it is considered the most positive key in the entire tarot deck, of any tarot decks. And so it brings with it super positive energy. And like I said, I was feeling this positive energy for June, even before I went back to see, oh, this was the card for the month, right? How amazing. How amazing. And then we have the summer solstice this month, which is also about, like I said, the light and the sun. So yeah, it's just super cool that this was the card that was chosen for this month. It says, when this card appears, it is the hallmark of great things in the works. And as I also mentioned at the beginning of this video, there is this energy of abundance and flourishing, and not just abundance in terms of money, though that's a piece of it. When I talk about abundance, or what I say love in all forms, it has to do with every area of your life. And we often think that only one area can upgrade at a time, and that's not true. Because when one life area gets a spark, an upgrade, an up level, it actually impacts all other areas of your life. And so when I talk about all areas of our life, there's 8 life areas that I want you to consider or reflect on this month specifically. Every month, but this month, because we are in that solstice month, that 6 month kind of reflective, looking back, looking forward. And the first area is self connection. And under that umbrella of self connection is self acceptance and love, self worth, trusting yourself, following your guidance, and then making time to connect with yourself on a daily basis. Then we have the area of spirituality. Then we have health, mind, and body. Then we have relationship with others physically on the planet. Spirituality is those unseen. And then we have those on the planet, relationship with others. Then we have our career. We might say purpose, but your career, your purpose is so much bigger than your career. So I kind of put career and soul's purpose together. Then we also have passions or hobbies. We have money material. And then the eighth area, which is fairly new in the past couple of years in my sphere, is location. And that is everything from the place you live in to the city, the state, the country, etc. So you're going to want to be really tuning into those life areas. And again, looking back on the last 6 months, looking forward, what are your desires, your soul desires in those areas? Shining the light on those, reflecting. And again, great things are in the work this month, positive energies and enlightenment unfolding in a bigger way, celebrating the light of the universe, your light within. And again, new beginnings. They say that, a lot of people, it's like, oh, January, new year, new beginnings, but new beginnings can happen all the time, every single day. And again, really in June, focusing on that. What have you healed, shifted? What shadow work have you done? And now, because of that, new doors, new opportunities, new possibilities are opening for you. As we clear out those old limiting beliefs and fears, which is part of the shadow work, which is part of healing those past unresolved wounds and traumas and conditioning, when that is fading away, falling away, releasing, again, whatever words you want to use, then you can shine your light more brightly, the light of your soul, the unique being you are here to be, what you're being called from your soul's purpose to do and create. New doors and possibilities open. So very exciting. Some questions you may want to ask yourself, reflect on. Am I ready to honor the true light of my soul? And when I feel into that, it's like, am I ready to shine my light and express my unique essence, who I'm here to be, who I signed up to be in this lifetime? Am I ready to shine that, express that in a bigger way? Do I recognize the beauty of my being? Are you really honoring and loving and accepting who you truly are? And in my Evolve Journey program this month, we are diving into key number 2, which is you are lovable, worthy, and good enough, right? I would say that's the most common thing that holds us back. The most common belief, limiting belief that's taken on from our past wounds and traumas is I'm not good enough. I'm not lovable. I'm not worthy. And we're ready to clear that in a bigger way this month so that we can fully shine and express our light. How can I be a lighthouse for others to share in the bliss of being so connected to Source? We all came with a unique soul's purpose. Every single person on the planet has a specific, unique expression, essence, purpose here. And we're meant to shine that in a bigger way this month. What wonderful thing is unfolding before my eyes? So, as we again clear out, heal, shift those deeper layers of trauma, unresolved wounds, limiting beliefs, and fears that are connected to those, we are then able to receive, not just express, but then receive more. So, give and receive, that divine give and receive flow. When we don't feel good enough, lovable, or worthy, we shut down our ability to fully receive. Even if it's right in front of us, you might not see it and you definitely won't receive it. What wonderful things are unfolding before my eyes? Do I appreciate all that I am given? So that's the other piece of this abundance of June is, and the bounty, the abundance is looking at and being grateful for what have I been given? What have I received over the past 6 months that I want to be grateful for? Because the more gratitude we have, the more that opens up to more receiving, right? That give and receive flow. So many people I work with, and maybe this is you as well, we're so good at giving to other people, and we suck at receiving. And we have to have that flow, that balance in order to fully thrive and to fully live our soul's purpose. It's not just all about sacrifice. It's the opposite, actually. Um, I know many of us were taught you can't have your cake and eat it too, sacrifice, selfless service. And I'm here to say that is so not why we are here. We are here to be in that give and receive flow. And that's what June is really about. It's about shining your light, giving and receiving in a bigger way, gratitude for all you've received. And let's get on with now moving forward the rest of this year and in a bigger way, giving, shining your light, expressing your unique gifts, talents, and purpose, and then receiving more joy, more pleasure. Um, yeah, that's what it's all about. So there is your guidance and insight for June. And again, we have the solar deity card. I love this card. Yeah, the Pegasus. Awesome. The sun. Yeah, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. So, if you would like more support, I am super excited to announce that the Alchemy Transform Your Pain to Power program is open now for the first couple of weeks of June, and it goes 3 months. It's a 3-month journey with me, and we spend time on our shadow. So, doing a little bit more or a lot more, depending where you are in your journey, embracing your pain, that shadow work, being that divine, unconditionally loving parent to your younger parts, which is so necessary. We have to transform, we have to do that for that part of us. And then we move into connecting more deeply with your soul and your soul's purpose, as well as connecting more deeply with your something bigger divine team, seen and unseen, those on the planet and those off planet. So, in a nutshell, that's what we're going to be doing the next 3 months. It is foundational for all of the work. It is foundational for why you are here on the planet. We have to have both of those pieces to transform our pain into power, right? We have to be there to connect with the shadow, to shine some light and love on our shadow or younger parts, as well as embodying the truth that you are a powerful co creator. No victims, powerful co creator, even if your soul chose to be victimized in this lifetime. And also that we have this huge divine team that is here supporting us, seen and unseen. So you can find the link for that program and you can join me. There's a special price through June 14th. And you can find that below this video, wherever you're watching it. And we also have, again, the Expand program coming up with the summer solstice. There'll be a link for that coming out soon. And yeah, there's some other special things coming. I don't want to give them away. So if you're not part of my email community, you can sign up for the Evolved Journey um, starter kit, and that will give you access. I'll be sending an email at least once a week with more goodies every week and more opportunities. As always, there's a free workshop this month. I will tell you about that in next week's email. And yeah, just really feel this positive energy and really tap into that. And even if you've been in kind of a dark place, a shadow place, know that this is your month to really move through that in a bigger way and come out on the other side feeling more light and more free and receiving, giving and receiving that flow more this month. So love you, honor you, and I know how challenging this work can be. And I know that you have the ability to do this. And you're not meant to do this alone, whether it's with me on a deeper level or with somebody else. That time of doing things alone it's past. It's so the old way. It's the superhuman, and we're not meant to do things alone. There's so much tools and support available to you, and I hope that you take advantage of that and receive that. Again, whether it's for me or somebody else, sending you lots of love and compassion and goodness. Blessings as always. Namaste.